Yashodanandana Prachachanaranjana Yashodanandana Prachachanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Prachachanaranjana Yashodanandana Prachachanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaur Hari Bo. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajacharya Ashtatara Sata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Shri Goho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasati Gaur Bhakta Vinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopina Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Mayapur Dham Ki Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Tulsi Maharani Bhakti Devi Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Shri Balaram Purnima Mahotsava Ki. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, all glories Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi. Gauravani Pricharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschacha Desha Tarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Nasta Prayeshu Vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So today, on this auspicious day of the appearance of Lord Balaram, we will try to relate some of the pastimes of Lord Balaram. Although his pastimes, of course, are endless, still we will try to taste a little. So Lord Balaram appears as the seventh child in the womb of Devaki. The first 6 children of Devaki were killed by the demonic king Kamsa. And when Devaki was pregnant for the 7th time, Kamsa was anxious, but before she could deliver the child, it was arranged that the child was transferred. It appeared that Devaki had had a miscarriage, but actually the child, who was Lord Balaram, he was transferred by Yogamaya into the womb of Rohini. And Now, why does Lord Balaram come first, before Krishna? That should be understood, that in previous incarnation, we know in the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, Balaram comes as Lakshman, and he's the younger brother. So as the younger brother, he had a lot of difficulty in trying to serve his older brother, because Sita and Ram and Lakshman had gone into the forest in exile, and Lakshman naturally had the desire to give service to Lord Rama, but Lord Rama would complain, "No, we're here in the forest, we should live forest life, we should accept the austerities." So it was not very pleasing to Lakshman that his different services, trying to make comfortable arrangements for Lord Rama, were being rejected, and he was being complained, he was getting chastised. He thought to be the younger brother is not very good. So future incarnations, I will come as the older brother. Therefore we see with Lord Krishna, that before Lord Krishna comes, Lord Balaram comes. And Lord Balaram begins his service even before Lord Krishna enters into the womb of Devaki. Lord Balaram enters into the womb of Devaki, and he makes his purpose in coming there is to make nice arrangements for Lord Krishna's appearance there. So Lord Balaram, he arranges for the bed. Actually, we're told that Lord Balaram serves Lord Krishna through 10 different objects which are all used for the service of Krishna. And one of these is the bed. There are other objects though, like the seat which the Lord's on, the asana, the cushion, the chamara, which is used for cooling the Lord, and then also the Lord's slippers, the Lord's ornaments, the Lord's dress. These are all different expansions of Lord Balarama. They're all persons. Lord Balaram expands himself in these different ways simply to give pleasure or to give service to the Lord, to the Supreme Lord. So Lord Balaram entered into the womb of Devaki and remained there for some months. I think it was 7 months. Jiva Goswami explains he spent 7 months in the womb of Devaki, and then Yogamaya transferred him into the womb of Rohini. And so he was in the womb of Rohini for another 7 months. So 14 months before he took his birth. Similar to Lord Chaitanya actually. Lord Chaitanya also spent a long time in the womb before he appeared. We're told the purpose was waiting for the auspicious constellation, for the planets to be in the auspicious position. Then that is the suitable time for the Lord to appear. Those of you who know astrology, which I don't, but we're told that the different stars and planets are all, there's a specific position in which all the planets are in, where everything is auspicious. And at that particular time, only the Supreme Personality of Godhead can take birth. So that's why Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna also appear and they wait for that auspicious moment for their birth. Someone asked me recently, are Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna the same age? Or is there a year or so difference between them? But when we study the scriptures, it appears that they must be just about the same age. Balaram appears, of course, 8 days before the appearance of Lord Krishna. Why do we say that? Because we see that in their childhood pastimes they're crawling around together. Now, if Balaram was a year older, then Balaram would already be walking. But the way it's described in the scriptures, they're both crawling around. And also they had the name-giving ceremony together. When Garga Acharya came to perform the name-giving ceremony, he named both children. So it appears that they're both in the same year. Although Balaram is some 8 days before Krishna. Balaram is on this day, the Purnima, in the month of Shravan, and Lord Krishna is on the Astami, the 8th day. So Lord Balaram came as the 7th child, and when he was transferred out of Devaki's womb, at that time he left his expansion in the form of Ananta Shesha, in the form of a bed, just to make arrangement for Lord Krishna to appear there in the womb of Devaki. Lord Balaram enters into the womb of Rohini. Rohini and Devaki are both wives of Vasudeva. And Rohini, because Vasudeva had seen that Rohini was pregnant, so he told her to go and stay in the home of Nanda Maharaj over in Gokul for her safety, because he knew that Kamsa had already begun his persecutions, and they were going everywhere and killing small children. So he did not want anything to happen to his child. So he told Rohini, for your safety, you go over to the home of Nanda Maharaj in Gokul and stay there. And of course, after Lord Krishna appears, then Vasudeva brings Lord Krishna there, and the two children are united. So it was arranged that Garga Acharya, Vasudeva arranged Garga Acharya to go there and perform the name-giving ceremony. And it was arranged it should be done in a very simple manner. He didn't want to get too much attention, because if you get too much attention, then Kamsa will get word of it, and he will come. He'll want to kill the children. So at the name-giving ceremony, Garga Acharya described this child of Rohini has 3 names. One is Rama, meaning one who gives pleasure, who is pleasing to everyone. The other name is Sankarshan, because as Sankarshan, he has brought the two families together, that although he was born in the womb of Devaki, and it appears like he's the son of Devaki, he actually transferred to the womb of Rohini, and so he's bringing the family together. And he is also known as Balabhadra, because he's very, very strong. So these are the 3 names of Lord Balaram, and Lord Balaram lives up to his name. He performs these wonderful pastimes, showing just how really strong he is. Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram are always usually together. Lord Balaram's purpose in coming is to give service to Lord Krishna. So he likes to go, we said, in taking 10 different forms, different items which are used by Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram is performing service. Another way in which Lord Balaram is serving Lord Krishna is through his Srishti Tattva, the creative potency. And in this way, Lord Balaram expands himself in 5 different forms, as Sankarshan, and then as Anantashesha, then as Karanadakshayi Vishnu or Mahavishnu, then as Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, and as Shirodakshayi Vishnu. So these are all concerned with the process of creation, and they're all different expansions of Lord Balaram. From Shirodakashayi Vishnu, all of the different avatars of the Lord appear in the world. So all of the different avatars who come, they're all expansions of Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram performing so many different functions. He is also the Lord of Sandini Tattva. There are 3 potent, there's Samvit, Sandini, Ladini. The Sandini potency is under Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram is arranging for the creation, maintenance of this universe, as well as the spiritual world. So Lord Balaram is serving Lord Krishna in so many wonderful ways. He would accompany Lord Krishna as cowherd boys. They would go to the forest every day and they'd perform many different pastimes. Balaram could serve Lord Krishna in all the different rasas. He would be the servant. Sometimes, we said so many different ways he's serving Krishna. Sometimes he will directly massage Krishna. And sometimes Krishna will massage Balaram. They had this exchange with each other. Sometimes Balaram will say, I'm tired, and he will lay down, and Lord Krishna will come and massage his lotus feet. And other times Balaram will come and he will want to massage Krishna. So Lord Balaram is also the friend of Krishna. They have friendship, Sakya Ras. And sometimes Lord Balaram will be like a parent, because he's the older brother to Lord Krishna. So sometimes he has that mood of Vatsalya Ras. You know, just like if you have an older brother, the older brother's always, I know, I'm your brother, I'm your older brother, I'm like your father, So Balaram also in that kind of mood. Sometimes he would also want to try to order Krishna or control Krishna. And Lord Balaram also appears as Ananga Manjari. He expands himself as Ananga Manjari, and as Ananga Manjari, he's able to serve Krishna in conjugal ras. So in all the different rasas, Lord Balaram is there in the service of Lord Krishna. Some different demons are killed by Lord Balaram. We should understand Lord Balaram is the Adi Guru. He's the original spiritual teacher. All the spiritual masters are descending from Lord Balaram. And as the Adi Guru, he can give us also spiritual strength. So this day is very significant for all of us. We have to get the mercy of Lord Balaram. He can give us great spiritual strength. The spiritual teacher is empowered by Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram accompanies Lord Krishna in his different pastimes, and we see Lord Balaram killing demons like Dhenukasura. Dhenukasura was the ass demon, Jakas, who was living in Talavan, in the forest of Talavan. One day, the cowherd boys like Subal and Stoka Krishna and Sridham they came to Lord Krishna and they told him, you know, there's a very nice forest nearby, and that forest has wonderful fruits, very sweet fruits. So Krishna hearing, oh, nice fruits, because they're in the forest all day, so the opportunity to eat fruits is there. And when they hear there's a forest with wonderful sweet fruits, they're very attracted to go there. But the cowherd boys told Lord Krishna and Balaram that there's just one problem, that there's one demon there. And he's taken the form of a jackass. And he has all of his friends there. And they're all in the similar forms. And they're very fierce and ferocious. And they don't allow anyone to go there. So when Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram heard this, then they thought, we have to go. So they went there, and Balaram came in the forest, and he saw all the fruits. He could smell the aroma of the different tall fruits. He shook a tree, and immediately some fruits fell down. And the falling of the fruits made a loud crashing sound and alerted Dhenukasura. Dhenukasura came out in his ferocious form as a jackass, and he came charging at Lord Balaram. But Lord Balaram is very clever, and he was able to maneuver himself and to grab the hind legs of Dhenukasura, and he whirled him around and threw him into the top of the tree. He threw him around so fast that the demon gave up his life, and he landed into the top of a tree. Then all of the different friends of Dhenuka, they also came, and they've also got a similar fate. Lord Krishna assisted Lord Balaram, and the whole forest of Talavan was decorated with these jackasses in the tops of the trees. So in this way, all the people and the birds and the cowherd boys, they could all go to Talavan and enjoy the fruits there. So this demon, Dhenukasura, he represents all the bad habits which people have. They have to be removed. Actually, it's said that the demons which are killed by Krishna, they represent different habits. And to remove these obstacles which are represented by the demons killed by Krishna, we have to pray to Krishna for his mercy. But for the demons which are killed by Balaram, we have to have by our own resolve, by our own efforts, we can overcome these demons. Another big demon was Pralamba. Pralamba came, very cunning, deceitful person, disguised himself as a cowherd boy. These demons were very clever. They could change their forms. They could assume so many different forms. So Pralamba took the form of a cowherd boy, and he came in. And Lord Krishna immediately could understand, this is not one of our cowherd boys, this is some demon. Anyway, Lord Krishna didn't say anything, but Lord Krishna said, let's have a game. And we'll make two sides. And whoever loses, they have to carry the winner on their back. So Pralamba thought, this Krishna is too powerful. I don't know if I can defeat him. But I think I can handle Balaram. So I'll take Balaram for my opponent. And Balaram was defeated by Pralamba. Balaram defeated Pralambasura. And so Pralamba thought, very good. Now I have to carry Balaram on my back. So Balaram got up on the back of Pralambasura, and Pralambasura's in the disguise as a cowherd boy. And Pralamba immediately began to walk very fast. His thinking was to go away. And he thought, I'll go away and I'll put Balaram in a cave. I'll hide him there in some mountain cave and finish him. So Pralamba was thinking like that. But as he began to walk, Balaram assumed the weight of Meru mountain. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, of mountains I am Meru. So, you know, this Pralamba was not able to carry Meru mountain. And as Balaram became so heavy, Pralamba assumed his form as a big demon. And Balaram then smashed his head with his fist and killed him. So this Pralamba shows the deceit. One of Lord Balaram's wonderful benefits is that he can remove the anarthas from us. Do you have any anarthas? Just maybe, right? Just maybe a few. So one of the anarthas, which is a serious problem, is Hridaya Durbalyam, the weakness of the heart. And that weakness of the heart manifests in different ways, like envy and duplicity and desire for honor and distinction and fault finding. These different things, these different anarthas are all part of Hridaya Durbalyam. And by the mercy of Lord Balaram, we can remove this anartha. So this is very, very important for us, very, very powerful for us. In order to worship Lord Krishna properly, we first have to honor Lord Balaram. Just like Lord Chaitanya, we do not worship Lord Chaitanya without Lord Nityananda. Lord Chaitanya is not happy to see himself honored if there's no honor given to Lord Nityananda. So similarly, in order to properly worship Lord Krishna on the occasion of Janmashtami, we first of all have to honor Lord Balaram on this day. It's very important for us. Lord Balaram has wonderful dealings with Lord Krishna, particularly later on we'll speak some of the pastimes which occur. Lord Balaram, we see his mood of service to Lord Krishna. It happened that Samba was the son of Jambavati. And Samba was a real naughty boy. You know, as a kid, you know, as a young kid, he was really mischievous. He gave a lot of trouble. So he always had to be with his mother. His mother was always trying to watch him. Where is he gone? What's he done now? You know, that kind of mood. So Samba, he grew up and he wanted to get married. So he has to find a suitable wife. And he heard Duryodhana's daughter. Duryodhana has a very nice daughter named Lakshmana. And many kings wanted to marry her. So it was arranged she would have a Swayamvar. The Swayamvar is that, you know, if all the kings will come and the woman will pick which king she wants to marry. Right? You didn't get any Swayamvar. None of you women will get Swayamvar. Sorry. You're not king's daughters, first of all. Anyway, Lakshmana, she got Swayamvar. All the kings were there. And Samba rather comes and he sees Lakshmana. And he knows, well, she's not going to pick me. Because there's so many big kings there, you know. And he knew, she's not going to pick me. Anyway, I want her. So he picked her up and ran off with her and ran away. So the Kuru, you know, Duryodhana, the Kuru dynasty, all the heads of the Kuru dynasty were upset that, hey, this boy Samba's done this. He ran off with Lakshmana. She didn't want to marry him. Now she has to, because he's already handled her. All right? Any woman who's handled by the first man who handles her, she has to be with that man. She cannot go to any other man. No other man will accept her now, because she's already been touched by Samba. Oh, this is terrible. So all the seniors in the Kuru dynasty, like Bhishma and Karna and Duryodhana and Salva, other people, the group of them, they got together. They said, we'll have to go and capture this Samba and bring him back. We'll put him in prison. We won't kill him. So they went after Samba. And Samba was also a Maharati. These people, you know, like Duryodhana and Bhima and Karna, Bhishma and Karna, they were all Maharatis, but Samba was also Maharati, and he gave a great fight. And they were thinking, hey, you know, this boy is really good, you know. He was fighting very well. He was giving them trouble. He killed different chariot drivers and horses, broke their chariots, but they got him. Finally, the 6 of them were too much for Samba, and they captured him and arrested him and brought back Lakshmana. So they put Samba in the jail. So immediately Narada Muni went to Dwarka and informed Lord Krishna and in Dwarka, and they heard that, oh, Samba has been put in prison. He wanted to marry Lakshmana, he kidnapped her, but they came after him and they captured him and they brought him back and they put him in prison. So Lord Krishna was ready, call the army, we all have to go, we make war. But Lord Balaram was there, and Lord Balaram said, no, wait a minute. He said, this is not good. He said, we're the Yadus, they're the Kurus, we're friends. The Yadu dynasty and the Kuru dynasty are friends. We don't want to make war with them. He said, let me go there. I will go there and speak to them. So Lord Balaram went there along with a group of elderly persons like Uddhava, also accompanied Lord Balaram, and they went there to Hastinapur. And Lord Balaram, of course, has very good friendship, particularly with Duryodhana. And when Lord Balaram arrived there with his party, they did not immediately go into the city. They made a camp outside. And they sent Uddhava inside. You go and inform them that we've come. So when Uddhava went and told Duryodhana and Bhima that Lord Balaram has come, they're, oh, Lord Balaram, great, oh, very nice. They're so happy. Lord Balaram is a friend, our friend. And they immediately came out and they gave a nice reception to Lord Balaram and they welcomed him. And then Lord Balaram explained his purpose in coming. That I hear you have captured the son of Lord Krishna, Samba. So I want you to release him along with his wife, Lakshmana. So when they heard Lord Balaram speak like this, then Duryodhana and some of the other Kurus, they said, oh, just listen to him. He is giving us orders. He said, we are the head and they are like the shoes. They want to put the shoes on the head. We're the Kurus. We gave them a kingdom. They're the Yadus. We gave them a kingdom. We gave them some sovereignty. They are our servants. Their duty is to take instruction for us. It's not our duty to take orders from them. They were very critical, and they even criticized Lord Krishna. So Lord Balaram heard their criticism and their remarks, and he thought, oh, like that, is it? He understood. He said, you know, when people don't listen to good instructions, then the only thing to do is just like animals. If you don't give them, if they don't take good instruction, then you use a stick. And then with a stick, they can understand. You know, sometimes child is very naughty, and the mother will say, if you don't do what I say, and Prabhupada said, show the stick. You don't use it, but you show the stick. Right? Threaten. So Lord Balaram said, we will have to use some more heavier means. Good instruction is not enough for these people. So I will teach them a lesson. Lord Balaram is known as Haladara, the carrier of the plough. It is one of his weapons. His other weapon is the club. So Lord Balaram took his plough, and with his plough he began to break the ground, and he began to drag the whole of Hastinapur. He began to drag it towards the Yamuna. So when they saw Lord Balaram doing this, then immediately they had a change of heart. Immediately they said, no, just a minute, please, wait. Just now we're coming. We're bringing Samba, we're bringing his wife. Don't worry, please, don't drag Hastinapur into the Yamuna. So Lord Balaram showed his power, and he showed his expertise in dealing with these people, and he brought Samba back with Lakshmana to Dwarka with a big dowry. So everyone appreciated this Lord Balaram. He is very expert. He could deal with this very difficult situation. Another time, Lord Balaram used the plough as a weapon. He was on a mountain, in some mountain place, enjoying with the gopis. And he'd been drinking Varuni. Lord Balaram's favorite beverage is Varuni. Varuni means honey mixed with maybe milk or something. But anyway, it's a very nectarian beverage, and Lord Balaram likes to drink a lot of it. And you know, when you drink a lot of honey, just like if you take a lot of sweet balls, you can get intoxicated. So Lord Balaram had been drinking Varuni, and he had become somewhat intoxicated. So in his intoxicated state, he addressed the Yamuna. He told her, you come here. You come here, I want to bathe in your water. So nothing happened. So Lord Balaram became impatient. He said, I told you to come here. You don't take instruction? Took his plow. He said, I'm going to break you into little streams. And he took his plow and he began to break the Yamuna. So it all became little streams. And at that time, the deity came out from the Yamuna, and she fell at the feet of Lord Balaram, and she begged forgiveness. I'm so sorry, I did not know your identity, please forgive me. So in this way, Lord Balaram, he was performing amazing pastimes with his plough. But sometimes Lord Balaram has disagreements with Lord Krishna. Just like Lord Balaram, he wanted to arrange the marriage of his sister. Balaram's sister is Subhadra. Subhadra is the daughter of Rohini and Vasudev. And she was very beautiful. Actually, she is Yoga Maya. And she was very, very beautiful. And so Lord Balaram wanted to marry her to Duryodhana. But she didn't like Duryodhana. And the people in Dwarka, they thought, why does Lord Balaram want to marry her to Duryodhana? Duryodhana, no, my goodness, he's a demon, Why marry her to that demon? But anyway, he's Lord Balaram. Nobody said anything. However, Arjuna was going on pilgrimage, and he was at Prabhakshetra, which is on the way over to in Gujarat, Saurashtra there, and he's coming towards Dwarka, and he heard how Lord Balaram was going to marry his sister to Duryodhana. But Arjuna was thinking, I would also like to marry her. And Arjuna is a very, very handsome man. All the women are attracted to Arjuna. Arjuna is super handsome, he is really powerful figure. No, you'll never get him. Not you. So he heard about Subhadra, and he thought how to capture her. So he disguised himself as a sannyasi. And it says he even had a tridandi. And it was such an expert disguise that nobody knew. By the arrangement of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna knew, but Lord Balaram didn't know. And Arjuna came to Dwarka, and he was following the Chaturmasya as a sannyasi, and it came to the end of the Chaturmasya, and then he was invited into different palaces to take prasadam, to take food. Lord Balaram also invited him into his palace. And when he came in the palace, then he saw Subhadra. And Subhadra also saw him. And Subhadra was attracted. She could understand this is a very, very nice man. This sannyasis, women are not supposed to look at sannyasis, of course. This is not very good. Anyway, it happened. Subhadra was thinking, it's a shame he's a sannyasi. He's such a nice, good-looking man. Good-looking men, they don't make good sannyasis. So it happened that Subhadra was attracted by Arjuna, and Arjuna saw her and how attractive she was. So then one day there was a festival, and she came out on a chariot for the festival. Actually, they say it's the festival at the end of the Chaturmasya. Lord Vishnu has been sleeping, and they have a Rath Yatra festival. They bring the Lord out. So Subhadra also came out on the chariot. So at that time Arjuna came and he kidnapped her. And when he kidnapped her, and Lord Balaram heard that Subhadra has been kidnapped, and that sannyasi was Arjuna, then Lord Balaram is very angry. Oh no! How that sannyasi was Arjuna, and he's kidnapped Subhadra, and I promised Duryodhana to get the hand of Subhadra. So Lord Krishna came. What does Lord Krishna do? He fell at the feet of Balaram, and he put his hands on the feet of Lord Balaram, and he told him, Balaram, you don't understand. Subhadra doesn't like Duryodhana. She likes this man, Arjuna. And all of our family, we also thought wasn't a very good match. So, at the request of Lord Krishna, Balaram was pacified. And he gave them presents, he gave them dowry and everything. So this was one pastime, took place between Balaram and Lord Krishna, a little difference of opinion there. Lord Balaram also, of course, he killed, he didn't want to take sides during the battle of Kurukshetra. Is it okay to keep talking, or am I supposed to talk? Anybody? Nobody see. Anyway, there's no breakfast this morning, right? We're all fasting, so you can hear. We came late, so we can talk for a little more. So, Lord Balaram didn't want to take sides at the battle of Kurukshetra. Just as Lord Krishna also said he wasn't going to fight, Balaram also said, I'm not going to fight. No, I don't want to take sides. Because he was a little partial to Duryodhana. Duryodhana had been his student. He taught him to fight with a club. So Lord Balaram decided that instead of fighting, he would go on pilgrimage. And he went to visit holy places. And one of the places he went to visit was Naimisharanya. And when he came to Naimisharanya, he walked into the assembly. All the sages were there, all the great assembly. How many sages? How many thousands of sages? 80-something thousand? 88,000, yeah, 88,000 sages had all gathered because he knew Kali Yuga is going to begin. We have to do yagya to prepare for the Kali Yuga. So Lord Balaram walked into the assembly, and all the people, all the sages, they either stood up or they bowed down or they did some kind of offering of respect to Lord Balaram, because they understood that Balaram is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, only one person didn't react, and that person was Romaharshan Sutta. And Romaharshan Sutta, he was sitting on the big seat, right? So even you're on the Vyasasan, if the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes in, you get up, you get down and offer obeisances. You don't just remain seated. So Romaharshan Sutta, he didn't react. Lord Balaram came, everybody else offered respect. And Lord Balaram thought, this is not very good. And he thought, actually, this Romaharshan Sutta is not really very qualified. And his birth is also not very good. Because mother was from the Brahmana family and father was from Kshatriya family. So it was not very good. So Lord Balaram decided, I should kill him. So he took a blade of kusha grass and pierced the heart of Romaharshan Sutta. And when he did this, all of the sages were shocked. And they said, oh, this is not very auspicious, that you have killed Romaharshan Sutta. They said, we had given a blessing to Romaharshan Sutta. All the sages said, we had given him a blessing at the beginning of the sacrifice. We had blessed him that he would have a long life. And you have killed him almost at the beginning of the sacrifice. Lord Balaram said, well, I can bring him back to life if you want. But they said, no, no, you are the Supreme Lord. But we gave him a blessing of a long life. You have to make some arrangement, make some adjustment, what to do. So Lord Balaram considered, and he said, well, the son and the father are non-different. So the blessing which we gave to, the blessing which you gave to the father, Romaharshan Sutta, we can give that same blessing to the son, Uchishrava, Sutta Goswami. So this is what happened. Sutta Goswami got the blessing which was originally given to his father. And they told Lord Balaram, they said, you know, he was a Brahmin, and you killed him. So you have to make some atonement. So they said, there's one demon here, Bhauva, who is disturbing our performance of sacrifice. So you kindly kill him, and then go on with your pilgrimage and purify yourself for the killing of the Brahmana. So Lord Balaram went and killed this Bhauva. Bhauva came and disturbed the sacrifice, and Lord Balaram came and killed him. And then Lord Balaram went on pilgrimage, went to visit the holy places. Later on, we see Lord Nityananda, who is non-different from Lord Balaram, that Lord Nityananda also wanted to go on pilgrimage, because as Lord Balaram, he'd visited the holy places. And the nature of going to holy places is that once you go to holy places, you want to go again. Or even better, you come to a holy place, you never want to leave the holy place. You just want to stay there forever. So Lord Balaram went to visit the holy places. Then at one point he heard how the battle of Kurukshetra had come to an end, and he came back. But when he came back, he saw that Bhim and Duryodhana were going to fight each other. And Lord Balaram told them, this is not a good idea. No good result will come of this. The two of you are too equally matched. Bhima is stronger and Duryodhana is more skillful. So neither of you will be able to be victorious in battle. And the two of them fought for many days, and no one could win. And it was Lord Krishna finally who instructed Bhima that you hit him below the belt, and in this way you can break his thigh and kill Duryodhana. So Lord Balaram, anyway, he told them that I don't encourage you two to fight, it's not a good idea, and he left them. He left them. But they were so inimical, they had so much hatred for each other, they had to fight. So Lord Balaram, we said he was instructing Duryodhana in fighting with the club. Now we may wonder, how is it Lord Balaram, who is the servant of Lord Krishna, why would he do this? So of course it happened during the Shaimantaka jewel, that at one point the Shaimantaka jewel had been stolen, and Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram had went looking for that jewel, and they went very far away from Dwarka. They went all the way up to Mithila, and when they got all the way up there, Lord Balaram decided, I want to go and visit friends here. So Lord Krishna went back because his wife was there, Satyabhama. Her father had been killed, and when they killed her father, they'd stolen the Shaimantaka jewel. So Lord Krishna, he had to go back to Dwarka to take care of the family business. But Balaram said, I'm going to go to Mithila to visit, and he went to this place. Duryodhana was there, and it was there that Lord Balaram taught him how to use the club. Now why would Balaram teach him to use the club? But he's a demon. But this is just to increase the rasa in the Leela of Lord Krishna. Just like we see Dronacharya taught Drishtadyumna how to fight. Now Drishtadyumna was born to kill Drona, but Drona did not mind to accept him as his student. So similarly, Lord Balaram also accepted Dronacharya. He did not give Dronacharya his real mercy. He gave him the knowledge how to fight with the club, but he did not give the real mercy which Lord Balaram can give, which is to bring him to be a devotee of Lord Krishna. Why not? Because Duryodhana doesn't want to be a devotee. His mood is to be against Lord Krishna, right? That's his Leela. So in this way, Lord Balaram got involved in these different affairs. Lord Balaram, he has two wives. One is Varuni. That beverage also comes in the form of one of his wives. And the other is Revati. Srimad Bhagavatam describes this wife, Revati, that Lord Maharaj Revata had a daughter. He was a great king, and he had a daughter, and he wanted to get a suitable husband for his daughter. So he decided he would go to Lord Brahma and ask Lord Brahma, which king would be the best husband for his daughter. So when they went to Satyaloka, Lord Brahma's secretary said, you have to wait. Lord Brahma's listening to a musical concert. So Maharaj Revata and his daughter, they waited there at Satyaloka. They waited for the concert to end. So when the concert was finished, then Lord Brahma came and he met them. And they explained, you know, we want to know which king would be a good husband for my daughter. So Maharaj Revata mentioned the names of different kings, this king, that king, and he said the names of different kings, and Lord Brahma laughed. He said, those kings, they're all dead long ago. They all passed away long ago. And Maharaj Revata was surprised. He said, no. He said, I know them. They're my friends. He said, yes, but you've come here to Satyaloka. The time is different. One moment here on Brahmaloka is many years on earth. So all of those kings are already passed away. All the kings you want, who you think would be husbands for your daughter, they're already dead and gone long ago. But he said, don't worry. He said, you go back to earth. The personality of Godhead is there in the form of Lord Balaram. And he will make a suitable husband for your daughter. So Maharaj Revata came back with his daughter, Revati, and he presented her to Lord Balaram. They said, this is my daughter, she will make a good husband for you, a good wife for you. However, Lord Balaram looked at her and he thought, whoa, she's so tall, so big. You know, because she was from the previous age, you know. She was from the previous age, Treta Yuga, and they were in Dwapara Yuga. What to do? Lord Balaram gets his plow and knocked her down to size, made her a suitable size to make a good wife for him. So in this way, Lord Balaram accepted Revati as his wife. Hare Krishna. Any question? Any comment? Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. Sri Balaram Purnima Mahotsava ki. Hare Krishna.